Hello coaster lovers. So if you think of European parks, you think of Ventura, Europa Park, and Liseberg. But today there is one that stands out of all of them. That park I'm talking about is Phantasialand. This park is located in rural Germany, just half an hour outside of Cologne. This park opened up in 1967, and this park is just incredible. I have no personal experiences there, but I've seen some stuff that the park offers, and those roller coasters just look outstanding. Speaking of roller coasters, Phantasialand has 8 different roller coasters, but RCDB counts 7, but you'll find out why I count it as 8. And this is all of their roller coasters ranked. So before we start, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any new video. So let's start off the list with the tamest coaster at this park, Crazy Bats. This is a Vekoma MK900 model. It's the same model as Vogelrock at Efteling, and I've heard this ride is not that great. There are barely any drops, and it's a little forceless. This coaster does have VR though, which I think is pretty cool, and I've not seen a POV of this coaster. That's pretty much the major thing for me. Sticking with the family genre, this coaster's theming is just incredible, but the ride itself is okay. I'm talking about Reich. When I first heard of this coaster, I thought it was the first Vekoma family boomerang, but nope, it's actually Accelerator at Drayton Manor. But back to Reich, like I said earlier, the theming is just incredible. It takes up a small portion in Klugheim, but the layout is very short. Pretty much 2 airtime holes and 2 bank turns, and that's about it in terms of layout. The restraints do look comfortable, but this ride is just a family coaster, so it is what it is. Going to the thrill genre, you'll see why I count Phantasialand's coasters as 8 in total. The next place spot is given to Winjas Force. This is the set of Mauer spinners in Boostown. This is the side that has the smaller drop. If you don't hear a lot about this coaster, you can skip to the end of these coasters, which are shown on screen. But anyway, this ride has a really weird tilt track towards the end, which is just bizarre. It's a one of a kind, but I do prefer the Fear side over the Force side in my humble opinion. This is the better side than Force, because you have more surprises, especially with the seesaw element thingy, which is also a one of a kind. You also have a horseshoe turn in the dark for good value. And on both of these rides, you hear an elevator lift mixed with the tilt track, and as soon as it's about to drop, you hear a voice say, Winjas, Fear, or Force. It depends on which side you're on, and that kinda adds to the experience. This ride looks fun, especially if you have an off-balance car, you're gonna be spinning like a top. Going back down to the family genre, this coaster is definitely one of the best models by this company. It is the Vekoma Mine Train in Colorado Adventure. My main question about this ride is that how did he even fit this thing in? The PARALAX is tiny and the coaster has 2 spaghetti bowl sections. This is in the Mexico section of the park, which is the area that has Talacon and Chiapas, but this ride is one of the best mine train coasters out there, because of course, you have some great theming, and the layout is one of the best mine train layouts. It does look smooth too, so this ride should be pretty good. A ride that also should be pretty good is Black Mamba. This is the B&M Inver at this park. The ride itself isn't that big nor long, but it packs in a mighty layout with some force. The first drop looks pretty good, not the best B&M Inver drop though. The first loop has a little bit of whip, then the 0G roll afterwards intertwines with some theming, along with some good forces. Same thing as Colorado Adventure, it is crazy on how Phantasialand fits this ride into the Africa section. Another inverted looking coaster, but not really an invert, is F.L.Y. This is the only new-gen Vekoma flying coaster after the abomination that was their Flying Dutchman models with Batwing, Nighthawk, and Firehawk. But F.L.Y is a big improvement over their Flying Dutchman. They were unreliable as heck, and now this coaster doesn't really break down that much. Going into the ride experience, the 2 launches do look like it feels weird. We haven't seen a launch flying coaster until this coaster opened. This ride is so well designed into Rookburg. F.L.Y is basically Rookburg. But back to the ride experience, this ride looks incredible at night. You get an actual legitimate pop of airtime on this coaster. A ride that also delivers great airtime is none other than Taron, which easily takes the crown as the top spot. There was no contest here, but I can honestly swap this and F.L.Y if I wanted to, but this is what I came up with. You have 2 incredible launches while surrounded by some incredible rockwork that is Klugheim. The layout is basically a lot of twists and turns and overbanks while dodging the incredible theming. Also, those trains look glamorous. This park is definitely at the top of my bucket list. So I want to hear from you guys, how would you rank Phantasialand's roller coasters? If you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe to this channel. And make sure to like it too if you found this video helpful. And I apologize that this video is kinda short. And like always, make sure to keep that adrenaline pumping, and thanks for watching.